Cowboys practicing team roping is quite a common occurrence in the western states like Texas or Oklahoma, where such skills are needed to catch cattle for branding or medical checkups. But here in the eastern state of Virginia, barely an hour drive from Washington, D.C., it's somewhat of an unusual view. What's more unusual here is that Fareed Moran, the cowboy, instructor, and a businessman, was born in Afghanistan.
Well, the whole thing is a business, and that's important to me because I make my livelihood out of it, and it's fun too.
Fareed Moran came to the U.S. from Kabul in 1984 as a 7-year-old boy, and not long after that, his family bought a farm in the eastern state of Virginia.
Here, when we moved here in '84, we had the horses here in the road, so my riding skills became pretty good. It was just learning how to do the other stuff.
Fareed learned how to ride horses on his grandfather's farm in Afghanistan. But the other stuff, or roping techniques, Fareed started to practice when he was in high school in the U.S. His teacher was an experienced Wyoming cowboy who moved to Fareed's neighborhood in Virginia.
This is a medium, actually a hard medium rope.
Fareed's stepmother says that learning how to rope for Fareed was just as natural as riding a horse.
This man who grew up in Wyoming, and he roped all his life. And when he realized what a good rider Fareed was, he turned up here one day with a rope in his hand, and that's how it started. And Fareed never looked back, just took to roping almost as quickly as he took to horses.
Roping isn't reserved solely for cowboys these days. Anybody who feels that his or her place is in a saddle with a rope in their hand can call Fareed and arrange for riding and roping lessons.
Jessica's in high school right now.
Many of Fareed's students are children and teenagers, and some of them are women who have children themselves. Two housewives from Virginia, Vanessa and Betty Ann, read about Fareed in a newspaper and decided to learn how to swing a lasso and how to do the roping. Vanessa is married with 3 children, but still finds time for some Western-style excitement in the horse arena.
And it's very exciting, it's challenging. Not a lot of women do it around here, so it's something that's really different, but it's just an exciting sport. I think there's a lot of speed involved, and it is definitely a huge challenge.
Fareed's farm and the roping lessons attract people from quite different walks of life. Jackson Taylor is a technology consultant in Virginia's Silicon Valley.
I'm in the IT business, so I work with information technology and wireless telecommunications in Reston. So this is a good break from the daily grind of, the 9 to 5 working in IT.
Rodeo sports, unique and intensive, are growing in popularity in the U.S., especially in the eastern part of the country, where they are still mostly known from the Western movies. Rodeo shows and competitions are a perfect stage for ropers like Fareed to show off their skills. Nowadays, Fareed, besides teaching roping on his farm, also travels around the country, where he takes part in roping contests. However, participation in team roping events could be expensive, but if you're good at it, also financially rewarding.
I go to big competitions, and I've won some, I've lost some, but roping is just more fun for me. And I turn it to a little business for me to teach people around here, especially in Virginia. There's not much roping around the Virginia area. This is a saddle that I won.
Fareed has won numerous prizes, including expensive saddles and cash awards. However, the horse farm business is still the main source of support for Moran's family. And the business, which pays for his participation in roping shows and competitions, is still expanding.
We probably have 45 head of horses. 10 of them my own horses, and then I add additional things to it: riding lessons, roping lessons, training horses, buying and selling horses. So those are the extra stuff I added to the business, and just like the little store here. The saddle is made in Texas.
Fareed Moran, born in Afghanistan and making his career in the U.S. by doing what he likes and knows the best, just being a cowboy.